Hello, I'm Cody, and welcome to session 36 of my Pillars of Eternity turn-based Triple Crown attempt. Last time, we fought a dragon, received Hylia's blessing, sided with a bear over a lion, and found a seemingly glitched permanent copy of Firebrand. This time, well, there was an update between my last recording and this one, so we're now up to 3.9.5.0, and we will have to see if that fixes anything, or potentially create some interesting new bugs. This Firebrand has not disappeared. I tried researching to see if this bug has been experienced by anybody else, and while I saw some reference to it, I didn't see any thorough discussion. I want to see, does that dispel it? It does not. I thought there was a chance doing that might permanently dispel it, but no, it does still seem to be working. So let us enchant this. I was going to just toss it straight into Superb, but just in case it does vanish out of nowhere, I don't want to waste my Sky Dragon Eyes, because I don't know how to get more of those. So first, I'll drop a secondary damage, I think, and see how that goes. Well, maybe, let's see. If I wanted to take it to Legendary, that would get rid of the damaging, so that'd be 8 and 2. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, yeah, I will. I mean, the logical thing to do is Burning Lash to make it even more burning, though I do kind of like the idea of going with, burning and freezing. Is that in Chrono Trigger when Marl and Luca use Fire and Ice? It's Antipode. The Antipode sword now. Amusing. Alright. Let's see if that actually works and lasts and doesn't vanish out of nowhere. Part of me thinks that might end up being what I use the Hellwax mold on, because could duplicate it, give it to somebody else. But nobody else really. I mean, I've been kind of obsessed. Like, Chie would use it, but 90% of what she does is the ranged. Although, one of the patch notes is attack speed and reload speed bonuses provided by One-Eyed Molina's gold-fingered Spike-Flinger now work similarly to other attack speed bonuses granted by weapons, which I assume is a nerf that will make her get fewer turns. I'm not sure about that, but that's my guess. Alright, so let's do these new bounties. Where are we go to first? Heritage Hill, Solan Lee, or Pearlwood Bluff. Pearlwood Bluff sounds like the easiest one to get to. So we'll start there. Other changes that they made was make it so increase the minimum initiative of Adragon actions in turn-based mode, which presumably means they will get fewer inexplicable double turns. And some other things I've not noticed, something about seal-type spells not having worked correctly. I never really used any. Apparently, Ancient Memory was double or triple multi-triggering if your chanter had low enough intelligence.
Not very quiet.
I'm here.
Oh, that's not good. Yeah. Used to be if Chie got the opening shot like that, she would instantly go again. Now she's not even going in the first round again. Okay. That is interesting. I might end up having to respec her into a different weapon or something. That seems to make that quite awful comparatively. Not a fan of nerfs, but we will see.
Dead on!
Your thoughts must flow deeply indeed.
Wait, sail, Mason. Your tail ends here! I've been poisoned!
Don't like the paralyze. Alright, Crystal Eaters do that, I forgot. See if we can kill this one before it gets a chance to.
I'm ready. Ado Midori.
I shall end this.
Don't know why that Vithrak just stunned the other two. Oh, did E2Mac already drop completely? Where is he? No, he's at 6. Okay. It's not good, but not dead.
Spot on.
Excellent.
Ready, Watcher.
He is paralyzed, though.
Following your lead.
Excellent.
For Takoa!
I'm ready. Freros, seres. Adovidore.
Shed no blood.
Hey.
Ready, Watcher. Got an arrow for this one.
Oh?
Let us end this! I'm ready.
Okay.
Shed no blood.
Yes?
I'm here. After him, Ismark.
Following your lead.
Yeah, everybody's just paralyzed. That's not good.
Died.
Although the Vithrak Exarch just killed 2 of his friends, so that cleans things up a bit.
Following your lead.
One of these stuns 2 turns.
Watcher. I'm ready. Permet kong swolias.
Your thoughts must flow deep. I wish you no harm.
Ready, Watcher.
Following your lead.
Ready, Watcher. Got an arrow for this one.
Sail me. Let's end this!
There we go. That was a bit of a messy fight. Got a unique armor for the trouble. And nothing new to report. Continue to find it a bit puzzling that it bothers to give me a little green 1 notification indicator to tell me that there is nothing to report. Ooh, +2 might and second chance on unconscious. Unique light armor. I still think stat boosts from armors should stack with everything the way stat boosts with weapons do. Yeah, I don't know who I would give that to. I would think Sagani would be interesting there, but she's already got the +2 might. How does it look? Ooh, I really like that look. Do you have might? Could use might. Healing Pierce. You do not. This has +10 defense versus spells. I think that's probably better for her. Yeah, I'll give it to Sagani. Get rid of Durance's robes. She's had those for ages. Feels like a bit of a waste to head back up to Cadenua immediately rather than doing a few of them. But E2Mac died, and I want to rest and recover his wounds before I head on to the next ones.
Gelade. Well done. A formidable fortress in the old style. We don't build them like this anymore, you know.
One of the patch notes as well is encounter at the sacrificial pit in the endless paths of Odd-Nua level 2 can now be progressed properly. So that was that glitch I hit back in session, I don't know, 15, 16, where the fight just soft locked and I had to kill the program with Task Manager and go back in. So that's good. Although that, I'm nearly positive, has been claimed to have been fixed in previous patch notes, so who knows whether that's properly fixed now. It also says it resolved the issue where the combat log would get spammed with so-and-so engages so-and-so over and over and over again. Definitely keep an eye out for that. That'll be nice. That was a really annoying one. There's one less Vithrak in the world. Circle's dead. Ugh, horrid creatures, aren't they? If the client's not interested, I may just stuff and mount this one myself. In the meantime, here's your bounty. Anything else? Not yet. Ooh, leveled up. I didn't think we were that close.
Ready, Watcher.
I always like to level up my characters in, like, reverse order of however they're listed, usually reverse order of how you encounter them. Certainly, I like to level up my protagonist last, because they're the one I usually want to think about the most. It's one thing that annoys me in Baldur's Gate 3, when you level up, it instantly goes to a new level up window if you have multiple waiting level ups in an order that, you know, that Larian thought made sense, but it's never the order I want to level them up in, which is mildly annoying. Not a terribly big flaw, obviously, but just mildly annoying. There it is. Ah, I did not know this was only with hunting bows or war bows. I had been planning to use this on Chie all along. And now that she just had, you know, one-eyed Molina's, what's it called? One-eyed Molina's gold-fingered Spike-Flinger massively nerfed. Maybe I'll respec her to use that war bow that has plus 20% speed. That might be better overall. But I'm certainly taking this with Sagani for now. Oh, you can't use twinned arrows and swift aim at the same time. That's good to know. I'm going to have to respec Sagani then, because there's no point in knowing both of those. That's annoying. Oh, is this a new level of phrases? Defense versus confused, dominated, and charmed. You again think this sort of thing should just be immunity. Like, you're giving up your chanting. I mean, I guess the developers really think you're going to mix multiple phrases together so that he's constantly cycling through them, but that seems so annoying. Like, surely, really often, you'd just, you know, you'd have this in one of your phrases, and naturally the enemy would end up using their domination attacks right when he's in the middle of chanting a different phrase, making it feel pointless. That's why I like to just have one of them loop forever. Well, this one sounds good. Damage shield. I don't know if she's ever going to need to get lore higher, but whatever. The paladin focuses his or her faith and self-immolates in blue fire. Each time the ability pulses, the paladin takes a small amount of raw damage, but enemies in the area take burn damage. Allies receive a small amount of endurance. So she deals 7 damage to herself per turn for 6 turns, while dealing quite substantial AoE damage. That is nice. It's Abjuration. Through force of will, the paladin can destroy any spirit or summoned creature below the paladin's level. Paladin's spirits and summoned creatures equal to or greater than the paladin's level take raw damage. Single target, I assume? Interesting. Once per encounter, just outright destroy. I mean, it is a save versus fortitude, or accuracy versus fortitude, but potentially just kills it. Wonder if that just outright kills on a graze as well. Both once per encounter. They both sound decent. Abjuration sounds certainly like way more fun when you get to use it, but spirit or summon creature. I mean, there's spirits all over the place because the blights count. We're pretty much always encountering at least a spirit here or there. It's a shame it's a standard action. I would definitely take it if it was a free. And with only once per encounter, I don't think it would be overpowered as a free action. This does last 6 turns, which is pretty decent. And the base is 5. It might even go up to like 7 if she gets an int buff. And like 7 raw damage is pretty insubstantial, so... yeah, let's grab Sacred Immolation.
I'm ready.
I think this is her first level 7s, I think. She can learn both of them, which again means effectively you have no choice, which is very uninteresting comparatively. Like, yeah, I could choose lower level spells, but I mean, there's not that many left on all of those as well. The Cipher is able to isolate a single enemy from the world, leaving them unable to act, but also unable to be affected by outside parties. Accuracy versus Will. Just removes an enemy from the party for 6 turns. Not bad. By siphoning power from enemies' souls, the Cipher is able to slow them down and increase his or her own speed. Foe targets deal 50% attack speed for 3 turns. Foe jump targets deal 50% attack speed for 3 turns. Interesting. Definitely see why I remember finding high-level Cipher abilities disappointing. Very gimmicky stuff, and just like never has the focus for it unless I choose to do nothing interesting with her for several turns in a row first. It is Lord at 8, I guess. I'm pretty sure it's on even levels that are scroll breakpoints, so... Fighter interposes himself or herself between the incoming attacks and nearby allies. The final damage total of any attack against a nearby ally is cut in half, with the fighter taking the other half as raw. That's pretty good, though it again has the issue of only 2 meters range. Like, in reality, 2 meters is fairly large, but in video games, especially in this where your own allies can't really stand very close to each other because their collision cylinders, I guess, or circles are just too large. They kind of push each other away. I'm not sure he can really be close enough to very many allies for that to be useful a lot of the time. The fighter makes a primary attack that does additional damage and lowers the target's damage reduction. Twice per encounter, -8 damage reduction for 1 turn. It's interesting that the 1 turn isn't highlighted and presumably that means not modified by his intelligence or the like, so it'll never go up. Still interesting, though. It does have the issue where if the enemy's going right after him, it would be pretty close to useless. It's also unclear if it would apply to the active attack he's currently making or not. Also, I just noticed one of those radishes or something on his shield. That's very neat. I like the idea of just having vegetables on your shield. Twice per encounter, charge across the battlefield in a flash, inflicting crush damage on anyone in his or her path. Guard. Right, the disengagement attacks cause prone. I love the idea of this skill, but I very rarely, I mean, there's 36 sessions in, I think I've seen enemies provoke disengagement attacks against me like 5-6 times total. Immune to frightened and terrified. That's also really tempting. It's either fearless or take the hit. It's a tough one, though. This is just minus accuracy, basically, right? Yeah. Slows him, too. And resolve. I'm going to grab Take the Hit, I think. No. Last thought, Fearless. I'm going to go with Fearless. Just, I can't see Take the Hit really mattering often enough. Alrighty, and I'm going to skip bothering with Chie, because I'm going to want to respec her now. I think feels silly. She's been going, I mean, it's only one fight since the patch, but I already felt her getting so many fewer turns that I don't like it. And I was already kind of on the fence, thinking that maybe it would be fun
Well done.
to change her out into a slightly different weapon type, because I've just been using that one for so long. And taxes collected, and lost some, gained some, who cares? I'll head in there. Also, while I'm on the way, I want to check this curio shop. These are sell crafting components, I believe, and I'm curious if, like, the higher level I get, the rarer or better crafting components. Like, can I buy these Sky Dragon eyes eventually? If eventually, I can't now. Grab a couple things that I vaguely remember needing at some point in the past, just because they're cheap. And might as well get rid of garbage while I'm here. This one. Is this the Jolting Touch on crit once per encounter? That could be decent too. It's a shame it's only once per encounter, though. That's always so much more disappointing. I'd rather it be like, I don't know, lesser Jolting Touch that doesn't have the foe jump, but is as many times per encounter as you get crits. The game's really afraid of letting you have that sort of thing, though. Most of the effects are only once per encounter if they do anything particularly good. Oh, I thought I was going to get more money off selling junk than that. Alright, who has that speed warbow? And it's already superb, nice. That's only superb even, yeah. I don't lose out on that. I lose the prone and stun on hits, but I get that whenever Nanook is meleeing anyways. I could also switch to Liambo Percasitas, but I imagine it's even slower. And yeah, the speed is the problem with the one-eyed Molina's gold-fingered Spike-Flinger. God, that's a long name.
Hail and well met.
Wait, why am I getting stat ups? Oh, I'm not. I'm able to respec the stats. I'm not with my allies, which is why that was confusing. I mean, part of me is thinking, since I've gotten so much plus to perception, maybe I pop it. Oh, I can't. You know, so maybe I put it into get dex to 20 instead, but I do think it's probably just correct to say now resolve needed and go straight into max might. But I don't know that I like having that many negative stats. Just feels wrong. Although it's only -2. Yeah, sure, let's do that. I probably have something granting at least +2 resolve, so that puts her at flat. Wounding shot, of course. We're not getting rid of Nanook. Oh, the tedium of going through all of this again. So, actually, Let's look through all of my weapons first before I make a decision on that. I think it's going to be the warbow. She's 3.7. I don't think that's showing accurately. It should change, yeah. And it's not. Alright. Let's see here. Do we have any other... I also have another warbow. I know that there's a really good hunting bow that's soul-bound in one of the DLCs, but I have no idea where it actually is. And, like, do I want to go out and find it? I don't know how much of the DLCs I plan to do. I might stumble into it. It would be fantastic. As I recall, it has the whole deals 2 damage types affix, which would be really nice for Chie. She'd never need to worry about using her melee weapon pretty much then, which would be fantastic. And I could use the wax mold to duplicate the Masuk Hunter's Bow until then, so that she can deal Pierce/Crush. I hate the reduced range on it, but that's it's not that much reduced. It's only -1 meter, I think. Yeah. I would love it if this cast fireball thing actually worked.
Ready, Watcher.
Maybe it does today. Nope. I think maybe she just has to have it equipped while she rests and then switch off of it, and then it would work, would be my guess, but I don't know for sure. Oh, it's a tough choice. If I seen a hunting bow that has increased speed, that would make it easier. Raises to hit, DOT over time. And I don't need grazes to hit on Chie. She barely ever grazes. I don't hate this just +1 perception. I mean, it's not a huge deal, but it does lean into my high perception build. And it is only usable by Ranger, so I'd be getting a use out of it. What else? Let's just take everything out. All of the bows. While we think. Yeah, so it is really down to... Oh, what's this one? Also bonus attack speed. Valorant stick. And I mean, that is the same weapon focus as hunting bows, so I could go with that. And the Prey Maker. And then go to the Soulbound one if I ever find it, or use the Wax Kit to duplicate the Masuk hunting bow if I find myself really just wanting to get that Pierce Crush damage. Certainly an option. I mean, I don't know. Wish I had a better understanding of how much this bonus attack speed mattered. Because I know hunting bows are, yeah, they have an innately a smaller initiative penalty. But, like, how much is that initiative penalty relative to the bonus to attack speed? 24 to 36 versus 14 to 22. So it's way more damage. Certainly, Chie would go from being my biggest damage burster using this to being instead relatively small damage but constantly hitting. Which, considering her interrupt score, isn't a terrible idea. The smaller damage that hits more often. I mean, she was already hitting hugely often, but that appears to have been due to a balance issue with this weapon. It's interesting. This patch feels like it's going to have significantly nerfed my team. Maybe it's for the best. We haven't had a lot of troubles, but... Yeah, I'm gonna go with the peasants. I like the idea of getting that stuff going. I like the idea of having the option to use the soul-bound hunting bow if I ever find it. I don't know where it is. I just remember having seen it once before when looking up weapons in the game. And then we don't want either of these modals, since they apparently don't work. Oh, but everything else kind of sucks. Guess there's this. Yeah, I mean, enemies are basically always afflicted with the DOT because of Kanna's songs. Now I'll just dump mechanics later. We want marksman, like maximizing my accuracy. Wish this worked both ways, where it also gave Nanook bonus accuracy when when he's attacking the same thing that Chie has been hitting. You want the resilient companion for sure. Yeah, the bouncing attack is fantastic. Kind of wish I'd taken a look at her, everything she had first so I could go through this quicker rather than having to think it all through. I know she eventually took Apprentice's sneak attack. It wasn't as early, but I'll grab it now just because I know I had it. All of this when I only really wanted to switch out my weapon focus. I think it was correct for the sequel to drop the weapon focus abilities. They don't do a whole lot. Definitely took Revive Companion. Like, they're a substantial enough bonus that you have to kind of play into them, but they're largely just reduce your options as far as choosing what to take. Yeah, I took Gunner last time, which I'm not going to be taking this time because don't reload now. I don't know if there's a better option. Maybe I end up taking one of these Hunters type ones. Oh, I definitely had this plus interrupt, which I do like a lot. Level my 11, I'm getting close to the end. Took stunning shots for sure, that was nice. I think now I've taken everything that I had taken before, with the exception of Gunner. Oh no, because I also didn't take the modal. I don't know what I took instead of that. I wonder what it counts as low endurance. Certainly be good for finishing things off. I guess it'd be minus or under 25. Oh, I guess this is red because my low intelligence means it lasts less than a turn and it takes it out of the base damage to accommodate, would be my guess. Interesting. And I don't think ranged recovery while moving even works in turn-based mode, but I'm not sure. Maybe I do just take Bloody Slaughter. That's could be good. Could also just have Nanook do more damage. I did take the... Yeah, I took the, like, pseudo sneak attack on Nanook. And this presumably stacks multiplicatively with it, making him a lot more effective. Sure. Well, I like the thought of getting really big, like this plus 0.5 crit damage multiplier. It's really enticing, the idea of, I mean, I'm already crit most of the time, getting an extra bonus 20 crits, anything on low endurance, she'll probably finish off real easily with this. So, yeah, I'll go with that. And then don't have enough to get my mechanics up again. Actually, she has at least 1 in athletics and stealth. Wouldn't mind getting some more in stealth, but I'll do that once she finishes. I think next level we'll put that at 13, and she gets +1 now from the passive ability of 14, which is, I think, the breakpoint of what I need. So, and finally, twinned arrow. Who was powder burns? Blinds. So it's a modal. Where was this? Powerful cone of flame, but temporarily leaves the ranger blinded. Yeah, I don't understand what is the cone of flame. Does it just mean every attack does like a cone AoE attack? Because like almost makes me want to respec Sagani into using guns, since she's got that that eye patch that makes her immune to blind. But on the other hand, I'm guessing these powerful cone of flames will have friendly fire, and I don't want that. That would suck. Yeah, definitely twinned arrows.
Yes.
Her damage has gone way down despite the increase in might. She does only have +1 res. Thought that would be 2. I thought maybe this gave some, but no. I'm sure the company's captain will probably bring that up to +2 or 3 once it gets finished, if it ever gets finished. Now, do I want the Prey Maker? Put this back in Canna. Yeah, do I want the Prey Maker, or do I want to take Sagani's weapon? Or duplicate Sagani's weapon? It would suck to waste the duplication. I should. I don't know. I'm tempted to have looked up what other items are potentially available to me and what would be better to save the waxwork mold for. But don't really want to have to look things up. You know, it's more fun to discover it as I go about. I mean, it's just +1 perception, which really doesn't do much. But it also, you know, it's not nothing. It stacks with everything. Puts her perception probably as high as you can get it without temporary buffs. It's 54 interrupt. 69 interrupt total. But on the other hand, I really do like the whole pierce/crush. Just having the option to do crush damage is fantastic. And I could upgrade this to Superb and then duplicate it. Which would be great. For two of us to have it. 12, I mean, it's the most efficiency I can get out of my Sky Dragon Eyes. Obviously, it'd be even more efficient to get Kraken Eyes first, but that would need 3 more levels, plus God alone knows where I'll fight a Kraken. Or if I'll fight a Kraken, or if you find those as loot or whatever, I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. How do I use this? Oh. What just happened? Did I glitch the game? By clicking too fast? Oh no. Oh, no, I see. It's on her hotbar now. Okay, maybe I just need to use it from here.
Ready, Watcher.
She's running that, and then, yeah. Is okay, there we go. Equipped items cannot be equipped. What an awkward UI. Okay. Nice. Hope I don't regret that. Probably will, but, well. I'm gonna give her a different damage. Oh, I can't override it. I thought I'd be able to override the freezing lash. That's a shame. Oh well. Freezing's fine. It's not like I really need to change it. I just thought it would be fun to have us have slightly different elements. Well, that was a lot of me just kind of waffling about. Hopefully, I don't regret that. I already feel like I'm going to regret that, but... Oh well. I like every aspect of it, from the respecking to what I chose. Also, likely I'm going to want to respec her eventually, because, yeah, she can't use Twinned Arrows and Swift Aim, and she's got 2 talent points wasted on Swift Aim, so... I'll need to do that, but I just don't feel like doing it with another character already. Alright, there was one of those bounties in Heritage Hill. Let's head there and get that done with.
Certainly.
I think they said it was in the tower. The top would probably be the place that makes most sense for them to be. Kind of looked like a battle arena, as I recall. I am wrong. And Aldhelm's still here.
See what lies this way.
Still and silent.
It is in here.
It's finally
Heritage Hill Tower. Taken refuge. Okay, in the Heritage Hill Tower, so it is probably not on the top. Okay.
silent.
On one level. Aha.
Be cautious. Be constant.
Easily. Oh, a moonlake. It looked like it said I dealt 190 damage, but I do not think that I did. I think it was much smaller. Yeah, I had 19 damage. Or maybe it was this 29.
Your thoughts must flow deeply indeed.
Following your lead. Way sailmates. Let's
I'm here.
Yeah, that again looked like it that I did 300, but yeah, it was must be these overlapping. Wish the like damage number pop-ups were more consistent, both from often appearing to overlap. Sometimes they just don't show up at all. They only show up when I deal damage, but not when I take damage, which is silly.
I'm ready.
Shed no.
Ha, nice. Double interrupt.
Arthur, Worthen, Roth!
Itumak's taking a lot of damage.
I wish you.
Freros, Ceres!
Oh.
Wait, where's Nanook? Oh, right here.
Hey.
I wish you.
Ris, ooh, Ligna! I'm here. After an.
Excellent.
Roak 10.
I wish you.
I'm here. My bow's.
Yes. For to come.
Yes.
I mean, she's still doing decent damage. The fact that she's hitting twice per attack is, I think, pulling up a lot of heavy lifting on where the losing the Arbalest, because with a crit into hit, she's doing about as much damage as she would have done before with just one crit. Just a bit of a loss, but still decent. And with the 2 hits, presumably she gets 2 rolls for the paralysis or stun or whatever it is effect that she gets if Nanook is attacking the same target. That's decent.
Your thoughts shed no.
Vi arches vox converano. Border republics.
Oh, easy fight. Hard to tell how nerfed she feels yet. You have to get more. Grim Water of the Elements. Plus Freezing Pillar, Chain Lightning. Might be a special one, who knows. Certainly not I. More sellable junk. What the Well holds. A few miles north of Kindle Vale sits a tiny village called Whitereath. So small that it's often missed on maps and tax records, the village has little contact with the rest of the Deerwood. Despite its tiny size, the village has a long history dating back to its use as a Glanfathan tribal camp over 3 centuries ago. One of the most prominent features of that community is a deep well, the top of which is made from Engwithan Adra. Though not of any religious significance to the Glanfathans, all who see it agree that the well is truly ancient. In recent years, locals have reported strange sounds from within the well. Some describe it as animal sounds, others as odd speaking in a foreign tongue. No one has dared venture down into the well, but villagers are becoming nervous about drawing water from it. Though the community has modest resources at their disposal, they have reached out to nearby lords for assistance. Alright, let's send Heravius. And apparently there's a random supplicant that I have to pay $800 or I get a bunch of penalties to my prestige, whatever. 800 is a trivial sum to me at this point. Whoops. Probably should have gone straight down rather than going up and then shortcutting down. Alright, where was Solani? Oh, way up there. Alright. Afraid if I go straight there, I'll run into one of those situations where, I get another supplicant who then leaves because I don't address them in the travel time, so I'll take a stop off at Cade Nua on the way.
Amazing.
You could fit a whole village in here.
Hireling payday. And then up to Solani. Ooh, fight's pretty much right here, it looks like.
Be constant.
I want to see something here. If I toss that onto Chie, will I get the fireballs of Chie more reliably? No. Switch to it, still no. If I unequip it, and then re-equip it. No. No, it might be I just have to rest with it in my hands to get that effect, but hard to say. Very awkward, whatever's going on there. What? She's 3 damage. Oh, it's definitely a cipher. So the music started for like 3 seconds and then stopped as soon as I told the grieving mother to move, which is weird.
Hey.
Yes? Wait, Selmes, me. Your tail ends here!
Lavaru, Bi Moe, Ixi, Ana!
I'm ready.
Nice. Like seeing all those damage numbers.
Following your lead. Your tail!
I don't know why he triggered a disengagement attack there, but alright, yeah. I know she's gonna get psychic backlash, but this is too good of a cluster not to do it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Your thoughts must flow deeply indeed.
They're closing in on us.
Nice to see the double stuns. And if my damage, Jesus, how am I only hitting for 1 pierce? And I only hit once on the primary attack, despite the fact that I have my twinned arrows. I wonder if those don't work when you use wounding shot. That would be lame.
Ready, Watcher.
Well, let's see. Do you get 2 shots this turn? You do get 2 shots, so it's not the wounding shot, because I used that there.
Shed no.
Following your lead.
All the fire. Oops, that's not what I meant.
Let us out.
There we go. Got 2 shots that time. 70 total damage, not bad. I do like that damage aura of Pelagina's goes off, even if she's stunned or knocked down and the like.
Hey.
Ooh, 92 from the nuke. Nice.
Ready, Watcher. After him, Ethan.
Yes. I shall end.
Backbone to Beatrice.
Bomb.
Arthek, Wherein Rock.
Ready, Watcher. Got an arrow.
Following your lead. Forward!
I wish you.
Hey.
It's the 3 left.
Finish them.
Following your lead.
Oh, this isn't
Roll
really
out
necessary now. We need to try this out eventually.
After
Even
him,
if it's
Ethan.
probably going to get somewhere between 0 and 1 attacks this fight.
Oh.
Yep, 0 it was. Unique breastplate. The stag helm. I think we've actually already got one of those on the Grieving Mother. Yeah.
I'm ready.
Certainly.
Alright, and that's all of the bounties. Potentially all the ones in the game. I feel like there's probably not going to be another wave of them. I could be wrong. I thought there was a decent chance of that last time.
This place, as beautiful as it can be with the absence of children.
Okay, so we've got a slaver who wants... Oh, and this Dundred Scion I came here to potentially employ, but they arrived and left. All in the travel period. That is really annoying that that can happen. I will go deal with the slaver after turning in these quests. I doubt they will like what I have to do, since I don't particularly look positively on slavery. They might end up in my dungeons.
Well met, friend.
Good hunting, I hope. What can I do for you? Easley's dead. Ah, I'll drop a word with one of the Dominel's agents. Here's the pay they had on offer. Anything else? I've also brought you Narok's head. Good. The last thing we need is ciphers tampering with ancient machines. Nothing good can possibly come of it. Here you are. You've earned it. Anything new? Nothing. Excellent. We are done with the bounties. I say excellent. It's kind of a shame. I like bounties as an idea. But also like battle arena type stuff. I kind of thought that's what the Blood Sands was going to be when I was in Twin Elms and head there just by the name. Sounded like it could be a
This place
battle arena.
is beautiful as
Could have
it
been
can.
fun. But apparently not. Instead, it's just where they sacrifice people. I wonder what total proportion of this playtime is my party just running from one end of a map to another. At last. I'm glad you're here, my lady. My name is Solmar, and I have a matter of some importance to discuss if you have the time. Very well, let's hear of it. I'll cut to the meat of it. I have a dozen Orlan slaves in port at Garara. Good, healthy stock that will fetch a fine price in Ixamiddle if I can get a ship up the coast. That's the tricky part. I haven't got the coin to stock a ship for the whole journey, not without docking at a Deerwood portal on the way, and running the risk of having my goods seized. Really, these Deerwood laws are completely impractical for any honest merchant traveling outside of Defiance Bay. I hoped you could be of some assistance. You're not originally from the Deerwood, I hear, so surely you'd understand. Where's the I'm just going to throw you in my dungeon option? I take this option. Can I just buy his slaves and then free them? Because I'm not wholly opposed to that. I can probably afford it, but, like, there's also the risk that I'll pick this option and then there won't be any follow-up options and I'm just helping him do something horrible. I wish I could say I trusted the writers of this game enough to give me a follow-up option that turns this into a ruse, but I don't. There's been too many options that felt misleading for what I was selecting, or felt like it didn't, like the writers were just thinking of something entirely different than I was. I think you should continue up the coast. Continue as before? That seems unwise, I'm afraid. We've taken care to avoid foul weather, but we can do little about any meddling officials at the port. Eh. That is much appreciated. What did you have in mind? Sell them to me, I'll take them off your hands. Wonderful, that settles the matter entirely. Perhaps I can keep you in mind for future transactions, yes? My lord, what do you plan to do with these Orlans? I'm going to free them. It is our great fortune that a kind soul sits upon the throne. Would that more followed in your stead. I do wish I could have told Solmar just not to come back, however. The idea that he's just going to keep taking slaves to me and slowly draining my coffers is frightening. And he's still here and I would have to pay him off? That's weird. But up here it says he left the stronghold. Fantastic. Just one of those bugs, I guess. Anything else in here now? Yeah, just some garbage.
Welcome.
More selling to do.
Gelade. Well done. A formidable fortress in the old style. We don't... Vulnerable to cannons.
Alright, what do we got now? Go to the Burial Isle. I kind of feel like that leads towards the end of the game. Thought the DLC quest had started to open up. I thought there was a message about that earlier. I could try doing this thing. I don't know where I find these birds, and I'm not hugely engaged with this quest. Seems tedious. Oh, I have to talk to the steward. Okay. Great. Wish that had occurred to me before I left. My lady.
My lady, you've received a letter. Delivered with some urgency, as it happens. I thought the messenger might swoon, poor dear. It's from Stalwart. Apparently the mayor, Renengild, has heard of your success here at Cadnua, and hopes you can be of aid to her people as well.
Okay, what does Renengild want?
Stalwart is a mining community, and at one time they enjoyed a great deal of influence. Renengild hopes to reclaim old glories, I expect. It seems she's intent on gaining access to Durgan's battery. And she's offering quite the reward to anyone who can get inside.
A reward, she says, for getting into the battery. That's a reward of its own, surely.
Alright, go on.
There are many legends concerning the battery. As the Earl told it, the dwarves fought amongst themselves, each seeking to use the battery to further his or her own ambitions. Greed and cruelty brought down the battery, and now the spirits of those same dwarves roam the halls. Whatever happened, the battery has been impenetrable ever since. A shame. I don't doubt that there are great treasures still within those halls.
Alright, perhaps I'll pay Stalwart a visit. I'm sure the wonders of the battery are a marvel to behold, but as the passes through the White March were to open again, it would be a boon to merchants of the Republics, and the Deerwood, of course.
I should mention that among those rumored to have answered Renengild's summons is a certain group I believe you may have an interest in. Followers of Woodica, intent on reaching Stalwart and the battery. I do not know what they seek there, but I thought it worth mentioning, given your interest in the ruins at Defiance Bay. Now that I've delivered Renengild's message, there is also a local matter of some concern, my lady. A mercenary band has been sighted to the northeast. I believe they mean to take Consul Hot's tower, and I don't expect the Archmage will go quietly. If the Torn Bannermen succeed in claiming Consul Hot's lands, they may find Cadnua a tempting target. I fear you may have to deal with them eventually, one way or another.
Alright, I don't know who Consul Hot is, though I know at least one of the spells in the game is named after them.
A famed Archmage. I am given to understand that the Brackenberry Sanitarium puts much stock in his work, as regards the manipulation of the soul. His spells are widely circulated. But he is poorly regarded in many circles. Some call him a madman, or else cruel and barbarous. He must be very old by now. Perhaps that is why the Torn Bannermen believe they can best him.
Do you know anything else about these mercenaries?
Little enough, I'm afraid. The Torn Bannermen are well supplied and well organized, and there are rumors that they are backed by an unknown benefactor. They have proved remarkably effective in the past, and they are certainly a threat now.
All right, farewell.
Safe travels, my lady.
And there it is. Presumably this is the tower. Don't know which makes sense to go to first. This is clearly going to be a bigger thing, but this sounds like it might be a harder fight. Let's head here. Ooh. Will take you 24 hours. Alright. There might be new shops here. I already flipped a coin once. It said not to say yes to this message. I'm going to continue to respect that coin. I hate this, though. I hate it so much. Don't give me... Balance your game. Don't ask me to balance your game literally on the fly for you. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
You set out for Stalwart. The White March rises up in the distance, stretching to the north and south as far as the eye can see. It beckons to you with peaks like broken fingers. The road thins to a tattered ribbon, and the shadow of the mountains falls across your path. You've barely begun your climb when the darkening sky pummels you with hailstones and turns the ground beneath you to ice. You press on. The air grows thin, and the treacherous mountain passes funnel screeching winds past your ears. A blizzard forces you to make camp for 3 days, huddling for safety while snow piles around your refuge. At last the weather clears, and you approach Stalwart under a crisp blue sky. There's a noise, high and sharp, coming from the village that sounds at first like another frozen gale. But when you top the rise and reach the village's wooden gates, you see what lies beyond them.
It's Darzyr, with a whole pack of them!
We can take these bastards!
Huh.
Wait.
I was very much not expecting it to start immediately into combat. Okay. Guess the game just ate my attack. Will it do so again?
I shall end this.
No. Okay, good.
Following your lead.
Ready, Watcher.
Oh. Likes to be that guy.
I'm ready.
Oh. That's a shame. Didn't manage to save any of them.
Following your lead.
Doesn't look like the enemies are getting another turn, though.
For Takoa!
Yes.
89, that's nice. Wish I'd played a melee character so that my protagonist could take advantage of that drop better. Suppose I could respec her to be a melee ranger, but there really aren't good abilities for that. So many of the ranger abilities are dedicated to archery in some way or another. Archery or ranged attacks. I focus entirely on the pet abilities, I guess.
Your thoughts must flow deeply indeed. Shed no blood.
Yes? Let's end this!
Oh?
I'm ready. Vi arches vox converano.
Bloodstones. I was really expecting to be able to pop in here and have a little town to start with that I can do some shopping in.
Eyes and keen ears. Spot on.
I shall end this.
Following your lead. Wayface, Elmis, Maytu.
Really? Come on.
I'm ready.
Yes?
Ready, Watcher.
Oh?
I'm ready. To whispers and shadows.
Nothing new to report. Wolf.
Yes.
Wayface, Elmis, Maytu.
Really want an extra copy of that cloak that Edar's got that gives him
Hey,
that short-range teleport ability. Maybe that's what I should have duplicated with the matte wax mold instead.
I'm ready.
It canna into melee easier. Certainly can't do anything here. Come on.
Your thoughts must flow. I shall end this. Certainly.
Hello? Hello? I shall be quiet as a calm sea. Which is not.
I do like the effect of having the combat music here just going non-stop.
Spot on.
Wayface, Elmis, let's end this!
108. That is really good. He's likely going to end up overtaking Chie on the highest individual hit for damage at this rate.
I'm ready.
I wish you no harm.
Spot on.
Yes? Your tale ends here!
I'm here. My bow's ready.
hey, leave it to me!
I'm ready. Permet conx folias.
Yes.
Eyes open.
Veces elmes metu.
That's a lot of damage.
Let's end this!
Hey,
Ooh, sneak attack. Yes. I like that item, but it is very buggy. Frequently just doesn't work.
I'm ready. Postinago Brudo! Be more careful!
I wish you no harm.
Spot on!
Interesting that it looks like she hit both of these. Is her twinned arrows potentially bounced to different targets? Because that's kind of neat if so. Hard to follow. But neat.
Your thoughts must flow deeply indeed.
Let's end this!
Yes. Your thoughts must flow deep, shed no blood.
Ready, Watcher. After him, Ichimak!
Oh, it's the war leader.
hey.
Oh?
Oh, nice. Wait, how did she stun this one? I mean, that must be like, because she targeted somebody that Nanook was engaged with, it got the stunning thing attached to it, and then that bounced? She doesn't have any other way to stun on hit, I don't think. Also, is Nanook somehow engaging two different enemies? Does he just get that when he gets to level 13 and it didn't mention it? That's neat if so. Keep an eye out and see if Itumak gets something similar.
Hey,
Yes? Let's end this!
Shed no blood.
Let's see. There's not... Doesn't seem to be engaging both. Like, Nanook certainly seems to have two engagement lines, but Itumak does not. Interesting. Wonder why that is.
For the Republics! Ready, Watcher. Settle!
Oh?
And of course, now Nanook's not engaging anybody, as often seems to happen after he gets hit for a turn. It's weird.
Finish them!
I don't think that's an intentional mechanic. Maybe it is, and I've just never read about it or saw it explained anywhere.
Freros! Ceres!
you're not getting through me.
Shed no blood.
My bow's ready.
Yes? Your tail ends here!
Watch your fire! Permet consuelias.
shed no blood.
Hey, you're not getting through me.
Yes.
Excellent.
Darzir's fallen. Back to the matron now.
You're the one Wherein Guild sent for. She'll want to speak with you. Her house is just up the way, next to Gref's Rest. The messenger pants, waving smoke away from his face.
Katie's house is burning! Hurry, they're both in there! Help, the hut's coming down!
Oh, the roof of this hut is almost entirely enveloped in flames, lighting the snow in stark orange hues. Several beams have been reduced to ember-dotted husks. Through the hut's threshold, you can see only billowing smoke. Fire roars as it climbs the timbers. The air feels thick and hot, and the building is a maze of flame. Withstanding the smoke and navigating the fire will be a challenge. Send Canna. Canna leaps over the burning threshold, plunging out of sight beyond the wall of smoke. Inside the house, fire has pitted the walls and beams, and a thick haze rolls through the building. It is hard to see even a few feet ahead, save for the occasional glimpse of glowing embers. Continue forward. The air is thick with acrid black smoke. Smoke leaves Canna coughing and fatigued. Canna moves onward, through a haze of heat and soot. The hut groans and shifts as the blaze grows. Above, a beam begins to sag, threatening to crash down into the corridor. From just ahead comes the faint sound of a voice calling for help. Run past? As the beam overhead finally gives way, Canna sprints forward into a graceful roll, avoiding the burning logs that come crashing down. The smoke has gotten thick. Canna begins coughing, but is able to press on. Pressing forward, Canna comes at last to a wider room. To the left is a man, the source of the faint cries for help. He stands trapped behind a curtain of flame, arms raised to ward off the heat. It may be impossible to reach him without quenching the fires first. To the right, a woman lies unconscious beneath what appears to have once been a roof. She's small, but the rubble trapping her looks heavy. Smoke winds its way up and out into the open air, obscuring all sight of the outside. Neither seems a fantastic choice. Let's go to the right. This woman is trapped beneath a considerable amount of rubble, including a heavy crossbeam. A purple bruise on her temple suggests that she was struck as the debris fell. And I don't think a bruise would form that quickly. Lift the rubble off the woman. I think Canna has high might, and certainly high athletics, which is why I chose him. Crossbeam has provided the woman with some protection against the scattered debris that fell alongside it, but the beam itself is now weighted down. Canna grips the end of the beam and, using every ounce of strength, strains to lift it clear. The beam shifts slightly. Keep trying. After a period of fruitless struggle, the beam finally begins to rise by slow degrees. With one great and final effort, Canna heaves the last of the rubble clear of the woman. Though still unconscious, the woman is free of the rubble and can now be moved. I feel like if I try to get the man as well, I'm going to lose them both. I carry the woman out. The woman is of slight frame, and carrying her proves easier than freeing her from the rubble. Canna hoists her. Oh, goody. Now turn to the man. Canna approaches the other victim. Flames will rise and lick at Canna. Canna can keep going, but not for much longer. Canna hears a shriek of pain. Canna sees the faintest outline of the man as he collapses and writhes, engulfed by flames. Behind Canna, fire and smoke rise in front of the exit. Retreat. Beset by smoke-clogged air and burning debris, Canna finds the ordeal taking its toll. Still, Canna presses on, determined. Keeping a firm hold on the unconscious woman, Canna turns for the exit. Canna clears the fallen beam with easy grace, avoiding the scattered embers and debris underfoot. The smoke clouds Canna's vision and makes it difficult to breathe, but Canna staggers onward. At last, Canna comes to the door, rushing out of the blaze and into the mountain air.
But you saved her.
I wonder if it's possible to save them both if you have someone who just has the right stats or choose the right options. I was sure that thing was coming down and taking your friend with it. The man wipes his brow and stares up at the collapsing house. At least you got Katie out when you did. As for poor Legolder, his eyes widen as a section of the roof collapses. He looks away, shaking his head. You look like you could use a drink. Take this over to Hayfrix and have one on me. He flips you a couple of flat carved bones. I gain 10 copper. I don't care about 10 copper, friend, but thank you, I guess. Unsurprisingly, Canna is fatigued from that. Feels like we should have been able to send multiple people in. That would have solved the problem much more reliably. Canna and Ed are working together. One takes each of them. Two dominates per arrest, plus 3 resolve. I don't know who I would put that on, but it seems decent. I mean, the dominates are the sort of thing I would, virtually never use. But the plus 3 resolve seems decent. I don't know, just... Again, the fact that items don't stack makes deciding which one to use much harder, because I have to go through every single piece of gear they've already got, trying to decide, like, oh, well, did they have a plus 2 resolve, and is it worth it just for plus 1, or do they already have a plus 3, or yada, yada, yada. If it just stacked, I'd be able to go like, well, Pelagina wants resolve. I'll just see if I can fit that on instead of one of her existing ring slots. Now, Reningild's where I'm going for progress, but I'm not going to do that yet. Do a little bit of exploring this exterior map.
Now here's something.
And then I will call it an end to the session before doing anything else, unless something else pops up, like the collapsing house type of event that seems time sensitive. The Orlin bows to you. Ah, the adventurer saved the village. So good of you to visit my humble wagon. I am Idorin. How's business? He gestures at the village around him. Poor, like this place. Not much coin to be made trading in furs and fish. Came to the White March because I assumed there would be no competition. And I have none, because there's nothing to compete out over here. Would you like to trade? Well, first, if you're not making any money, why do you stay? I was rather vocal about my inevitable success with my friends and family. If I gave up and returned with little more than I left, then, his hands ball into this. No, it won't be like that. I'm not giving up yet. Alright, well, show me what you got for sale. Raymond of Whale's Eyes. Grants mirrored image when hit by a critical hit. That's pretty cool, right? Plus 25 deflection until hit or critically hit for 10 turns. That's... I mean, if it was when hit by a hit, I think. When a crit is a bit harder, because with the way until hit or critically hit, you'd want to put this on somebody that already has high deflection so that they're unlikely to lose the mirrored image buff. They can just take advantage of the bonus deflection. But if they have high deflection, then they're never going to get crit. Ultimate hat of Alluring Perfection. Plus to Might and Con, minus to Int and Resolve. No. Rufix Watchful Cloak Mark II. 2 more enemies needed to flank and plus 2 perception. That's not terrible. It's cheap. I'm going to buy that just in case. Ring of Deflection, definitely buying that. Got a lot of people using minor Ring of Deflection, so. Yona's Buckle. 5 accuracy, while endurance is below half. Bonus for disease and poison. Gauntlets of accuracy, just plain plus 5 accuracy. Sure, I'll grab those. Lots of potions. Crafting stuff. This looks new. I'm going to buy these just because I don't think I've ever seen them before. Alright. Just in case. Who knows when I might need more of those. And they're cheap. You've got, yeah, Ring of Deflection plus 5. Now becomes, oh, where'd it go? Ring of Deflection plus 9. Oh, did I never look at this? I don't think I did. Doesn't matter, it's not great. Exceptional breastplate with bonus defense versus prone and push attacks, as well as a little bit of extra fortitude. +2 to flanking. Alright, I want to put it on him because of that. I want to put it on her because of that. His has that, so we're again at that issue where all of the best items in the game go in the next slot, it seems. Yeah. I bought it, but I don't know when I'll use it, or if. Pretty rib. It's a superb rob with bonus attack speed. That's nice. Nobody's really using rods, but it's nice. Alright. A little bit more to check. Oh, those are some ringer berries, because I didn't need to buy any. Looks like I have to tap the map exits, because I can't go to either of those. I've seen exits for them. I don't know why I assumed that mechanic wouldn't exist here. I have to check all of these interiors next time, but I'll just tap these map exits for now. Get it done. There we go. And we will end it here. Thank you all for watching and/or listening to session 36. I hope you will join me again when I record session 37 next time.